Hey there, and I'm back with the another part to my Doctor Who box set collection. The last one that I showed you was an epic signed box set, and just so you know, fingers crossed, I'm going to be going back there tomorrow to pick up some more stuff. I actually canceled my Scream Factory, Darkman, and double feature Blu-ray that I was going to pick up next week, and I'll pick them up at another time because honestly, I can get Scream Factory stuff almost any time. The chance to get these classic signed Doctor Who DVDs and sets will not, don't come along every day. And a couple of the ones that I'm hoping to pick up tomorrow, fingers crossed, a couple of those people are passed on now. So, like, it was epic to get Tom Baker's, William Russell's, McCoy's, and these are pretty epic too. And you'll know once I do the review, hopefully tomorrow. So before I'm going to get into my other box sets, but first off, I'm going to show you the difference between the Canadian, North American, and the British ones. This is the re-release of the beginning set, which I've got. This is the North American release. It's done in a slim case. The British release is done way better than this. It's got the Unearthly Child, so the original Doctor Who one has this, and has the two versions of it actually. There's the Daleks, the introduction of those seven episode serial, and it has my favorite actually on this whole thing. You would think it'd be like the Earthly Child, which is really good, and the Daleks, which is pretty awesome too. But the Edge of Destruction is a really trippy thing, kind of like really kind of weird mind thing. I really love it. This one here has like a commentary on here with producer Verity Lambert, of course, who we know is like her, pretty much the she's the real force behind like the original Doctor Who series. Doctor Who was created by a Canadian in concept, but Verity Lambert was the first producer that really went through it and got the show to become what it is today. Also, of course, we got the pilot episode on the edited studio recording version here. Creation of the Daleks, featurette. Doctor Who Origins was a really cool 53-minute documentary on like the creation of Doctor Who. And if you just got into it, this is a pretty cool one to watch to see how the whole genesis of the series. Masters of Sound is pretty cool. There's a condensed version of Marco Polo was the first historical story that was done for Doctor Who. Unfortunately, it was lost. There was a 7-part serial. All we got is like 30 minutes, so it's like kind of reconstructed footage here from that's on here as well. What's cool for my better half, because she knows Arabic, is the Edge of Destruction episode 2 actually has an Arabic soundtrack as well, so it's cool to see how they actually did that. Of course, there is the script to Unearthly Child is on here as PDF material, and highly recommend. Most people that have collected Doctor Who do have this set in their collection. Next up, I'm going to get to the next and the most recent one that I got. And what blew my mind was I was at his place today, and he had the original version of this. I mean, like the big box one. And I've got the new Streamline box of it, but and his was signed by Mary Tam and Tom Baker. Mine is Key to Time Special Edition. Key to Time is a complete series, or a season if you'd say it in North American terms. It's series, I think 16. I think 16, yeah. And ran from 78 to 79. So you get all of them on here. It's a whole complete story. It's the introduction of Romana, as in the first Romana, Mary Tam. We got the Rivals Operation, Pirate Planet, which of course is famously written by the famous and now lately unfortunately departed Douglas Adams. Stones of Blood is kind of like a cross between their old style horror Hammer type of ones and a space one. They kind of put them together. Andros Terror, of course. The Power of Crawl, which I'm not sure if it's Andros Terror, Power of Crawl. It's kind of done like almost a Maturing Candidate style. And the Armageddon Factor, which of course introduces Layla Ward to the series, who will become in the next series of Doctor Who, Romana #2. This one here has some great stuff on it. There are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stories, but there are 8 commentaries. A Matter of Time is a cool feature about this here. We got making of featurettes on all these, on every one of these discs. Just that we got a Hammer Horror documentary here talking about Hammer Horror and how it influenced Doctor Who, especially during the Holmes Hinchcliffe era. Defining Shadows, Weird Science, so kind of like a spoof thing. Stones Free, kind of location type of thing. Now and Then, again another location visit. There's Something About Mary. Philip Maddock, A Villain for All Seasons of. Maddock, I remember, I guess, who's he in this one? I'm not sure who he's in this one, but I remember Maddock from The Brain of Morbius. Yeah, Directing Who, a little thing on Michael Hayes. Rogue Time Lords, basically talked about different Rogue Time Lords. Late Night Stories is the coolest thing. This is so cool, only in Britain. Tom Baker comes on, there's like a bunch of different stories, and he reads them. He reads the stories, like these horror, kind of like horror type stories. It's really, really cool. It's definitely a must-have. This is one of the more expensive box sets to get in any region, unfortunately. Luckily, my better half got this as an early birthday present for me. BBC Archive clips, 30 minutes of BBC Archive clips. I really got to look into this a little bit more. 19 minutes of deleted scenes, 70 minutes of continuities, 38-minute photo gallery. The 1979 Doctor Who annuals in the PDF one for here. It's great stuff. Great stuff. Now back to my my classic Region 2 editions. And next up, we're going to talk about another series one, and that is The Trial of a Time Lord. I love The Trial of a Time Lord. I'm a huge Colin Baker fan, and being a Colin Baker fan kind of made it hard for me to like Sylvester McCoy when he first came out. And Sylvester McCoy is such a brilliant Doctor, and there's such great writing, especially when Andrew Cartmel took over, that you just gotta fall in love with him afterwards. It's just such a shame that he had to come in under such controversy. So let's get these out here, because I think there's 4 discs here. The first one is The Mysterious Planet. As you can see, they all have The Trial of the Time Lord, and the title is on the sticker. So don't take out the sticker if you get these here. The title's actually on the sticker. This is parts 1 and 4. Great stuff. This one has 2 commentaries on here. We got the making of 35-minute film sequence, a full-length version of the opening effect shot, trials and continuities. 3 music videos from the title sequence from series 23. I hate when they say season on here. Terry Wogan interviews Colin Baker and Linda Bellingham. Blue Peter thing from 86. Blue Peter was one of those was a show in England. It still is a show in England. I think that was really behind Doctor Who. Biddy was the head of Blue Peter at the time, and she strongly got. The reason we have some of the footage from like the Doctor Who regenerating and the first from Troughton, from Heart and Other Troughton and stuff like that, is because Blue Peter didn't get rid of any of their stuff, and any of the Doctor Who footage that they had from episodes that were lost, we were able to get from Blue Peter, and that's why we have some of those stuff like we don't have the episodes where he regenerated, but we have the regeneration footage because of Blue Peter. Next up is Mind Warp, and this is a doozy of a story. Perry's Swan Song. You can take your Swan Song as one of 2 ways. We get back the amazing villain Syl, who's just an incredible villain. We see him first, of course, on Vengeance on Varos. This is a great story. Brian Blessed is in this one. Commentary again with Colin Baker and Nicola Bryant. Making of Mind Warp, new documentary. Now and Then, Trial of a Time Lord, and other locations Mind Warp we use today. A Fate Worse Than Death. Colin Baker and Nicola Bryant's commentary over the closing scenes of Part 14. You just got to see it. Nicola Bryant was not exactly happy with how they redid her Swan Song. Just let's say that. Children in Need skits here. Some very cool stuff. Comedy sketch with Lenny Hendry on this one as well. Next up is Terror of the Vervoids, and they're quite the interesting looking monsters, if you know what I mean. Uh, Not one of my favorites in this one, actually. It's by Pip and Jane Baker, and although they seem like lovely people, I have not been a fan of Pip and Jane Baker's work on Doctor Who. Uh, Unfortunately, not Michael Gray, he definitely wasn't a fan of anything. John Nathan Turner was, and he used them a bit in places when I don't think he should have. Commentary on this one as well. There's the making of. Making-ofs are fantastic in these here. 14 minutes of extended and deleted footage. The last season, I love this one. This is one of my favorite featurettes. The last season basically let you know. See, it took 18 months between seasons. Doctor Who was actually semi-cancelled. Was taken off the air on hiatus for 18 months. And this one, there's a featurette on here that talks about the episodes that would have been made if the show had not gone off the air. When this is Trial of a Time Lord, it literally not just the fact that it's a blanket season. Doctor Who was literally on trial from the BBC, and they wanted to let them know that they realized it. Now get out of that. An examination of cliffhangers. I never got. It's a great little cliffhanger thing, but I never got why it's on here and not on Dragonfire, because this featurette really belongs on Dragonfire. Trials Continuity again, of course, the Saturday Picture Show interview with Bonnie Langford, of course, who played Mel. This is the introduction of Mel into the series of Doctor Who. And last but not least, definitely not, is the Ultimate Foe, the introduction of the Valyard into Doctor Who mythos. And maybe we'll see the Valyard again in Doctor Who. It's about time. Commentary here on part 13 only for Eric Seward, who will not be doing any commentaries with Colin Baker anytime soon. I'll tell you that much right now. Then the rest of the commentaries are by the rest of the cast who did it for not with Eric Seward. They did it on their own. The making of's on there. Trials of Continuity's on there. The 19 hiatus footage. Where's it at? I'm not sure if it's on this one or Trials and Tribulations, a documentary looking at Colin Baker's tenure as the Doctor. This is one of my favorite documentaries on anything. And I've watched this more times than I can even count. It is an incredible story how Colin Baker's run on Doctor Who went, and all the crap that he had to put up with, and the stuff that went on behind the scenes. It actually has a music video, Doctor in Distress. Doctor in Distress was a 1985 charity single that was put out to help bring back Doctor Who, because 18 months was too long to wait. And with that, this is my second to last Doctor Who video for my box sets. I'll be doing ones for my singles later, and I hope you guys are liking these. They're not getting the views that some other stuff gets, because the horror gets more views on here, but this is what I love. I love Doctor Who, and hopefully we'll want to talk about it some more. Thank you guys that have made comments on it. A shout out to everyone, you guys. Thank you, and ready for sharing it. For TJ Pyramid for saying stuff. Miss Poppy 90 for being the first person to put a big comment, and Joe's House of Horrors for all those fantastic long comments. Dude, keep up the long comments, because I love long comments. One of my favorite things is when there's a big paragraph-like comment on something that on a video that I did. That makes Aaron very happy. So those are 3 more. I got 2 more box sets to go through, so we're going to do that in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I want to go finish my tea right now because still no water, and just had to go get some, doing almost like a well thing. Thanks a lot, guys, and for me right now, it's time for tea.